Why does everyone on this website think that Darkrai VStar is going to be an actually good card? It boggles my mind. It's like Darkrai broken, back in standard. Return of Turbo Dark. It's not the return of Turbo Dark. It's not broken. It's a bad card. This is a bad card right here. So you have its initial attack and its only attack, which is Dark Pulse that does 30 damage plus this damage does 30 more damage for each dark energy attached to your Pokemon. Okay, that's not a good damage multiplier. 30 damage is not enough. We've seen this with one of the Pokemon with one of the best abilities in the game. Yeah, you see Underworld Door, and then Maxed Geist does 30 more damage for each psychic energy attached. This is not a good card for some reason in the metagame, and I thought it was going to be broken, mostly because of its ability that allows you to attach an energy. So you can get 4 energy on this per turn. Maximum? Oh, but oh no, they reintroduced Dark Patch. That's coming back. Dark Patch is coming back. So you're going to be able to get like 4 dark energy on this in one turn. That's going to be crazy. It's like, wow, yeah, no, this was able to get 4 energy on it in one turn, and it's not a good card. It's not a good card because 30 damage is not enough in order to make that damage multiplier worth it. And also, you're doing this on an ability for something that stays on the field. All you need to do is search out the energy. Not only do you need to search out the energy with Darkrai, you also need to find all of your dark patches. You also need to get all of your energy into the discard pile. It's like, oh, we have Quick Ball. Oh, we've got Ultra Ball now. Oh, you're going to be able to get all your energy in the discard really easily. And also, we have this new card that allows you to discard an energy and draw 2 cards. Oh, yeah, it seems pretty good. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because getting all that energy into the discard pile is just one thing, and you've like Ultra Balled for, okay, maybe you Ultra Ball for a Greninja, that Greninja, Sparkling Greninja, then you can discard another energy. You have to have 3 energy in your opening hand in order to be able to do that, and that's just insane. Like, think about how poor your consistency is going to be with 3 energy in your opening hand, or like just trying to draw that many energy, trying to draw 6 energy, and it's like, oh yeah, but like you can get your Dark Abyss V-Star power, which allows you to get 2 item cards from your discard pile, so you can get 6 dark patches on this thing. It's like, okay, cool. Let's do some math right now. You have 6 times 30 plus 30, because that's the damage multiplier. Okay, you're doing 210. You're doing 210 for 6 energy to be on this thing, and you're not getting all your dark patches in one turn. Like Zacian V has a hard time getting 3 energy on, let alone like 6. You are not getting 210 on your first turn evolving this. And this is not something where it's like, oh, you can immediately go hitting. Like, this is worse than Greninja Zoroark, because Greninja Zoroark is a basic and it allows you to immediately go into all of your different like your Dark Pulse stuff. We didn't have Dark Patch, and that's probably why this card was utter and complete trash. But now you have to like evolve Darkrai in order to get into its V-Star, and you have a basic that's just gonna sit there and like not do anything if you're going second. Oh yeah, no, but you've got the new Hoopa, which allows you to go 1 for 1 with all your dark energy. It's like, yeah, sure, you can spread out your dark energy a little bit better, and you're attaching from hand, but like you need the dark energy on your like in your hand in order to discard it or like get it into the discard pile. You're basically just trading like a 1 for 1 for this energy, because this Hoopa is getting knocked out that next turn, if not the thing that you attach the energy to, which is probably a 2 prizer. So you're losing that prize race. Bossing up is easier than ever now, and like, oh well, at least it doesn't get hit by like fighting types weak. It's like, oh cool, yeah, no, but like Levion V-Star is still a huge threat at this point. Like, Grass Knot still does massive damage. What's your retreat? Okay, you have 2 retreat. That's perfect. Leafeon V-Star just feasts on you. And, like, it's still going to be a thing because, believe it or not, the Dark deck that's actually... Because, like, people are like, oh, man, this is going to be so good because it's going to hit Mew VMAX for super effective damage. Because, look, but okay, let's say, hypothetically, that you are able to... first turn going second, get 3 energy onto there. So 3 times let's say you're able to get, yeah, so let's say you're able to get 3 energy onto there. So you get 3 times 30, no, let's just say 4. 4 energy, 4 times 30, 120, plus the 30 multiplier that's on there, you're hitting 150 times 2, or times 2. So you're not even one hit KOing Mew VMAX if you get 4 energy onto your Darkrai VMAX, which is insane. And you're going that's going to be your optimal turn, like that's going to be like if you go second, I guess. That's gonna. They're hitting you with Meloetta and knocking you out. 270 is like what most VMAXs are going to be striving to hit for once we get into a meta, or 280 or 270 is going to be like what most things are going to be able to hit during like a V Star meta, because Arceus V Star is like an actually good card that people want to play. 280 is a good amount of hit points because that's kind of like an awkward number to hit. And then you also have like an amazing V-Star power, which allows you to get any 2 cards from your deck and put them into your hand. And for 3 energy, you're hitting 200. Boosted with the Choice Belt, you're hitting 230. And then you attach 3 energy from your deck to your other Pokemon. So you can get this thing, another one of these things powered up. Or you can get a completely different attacker that has an amazing like weird energy cost, but like an amazing attack. That's just, it's insane to me that people think that this is a good card. I don't understand. Like, you look at it, and like Umbreon VMAX does what this thing does so much better, because you can also have a little toolbox where you're hitting weakness on Mew VMAX, but you're also going to be hitting for weakness for Arceus V-Star in your like Urshifu Umbreon lists. And Umbreon VMAX has an amazing ability that allows you to boss something once you evolve it, and it hits for 160, which is perfect because that knocks out VMAX easily. Whereas with you, you're occasionally just not going to be hitting those numbers, because even if you get 4 energy attached, which again is a lot, that's a lot of energy in order to get attached, even with the advent of like Dark Patch coming back, you're not going to be able to hit that consistently, which is the biggest problem, is that all these other decks, they have like a couple of cards that they need to see in their opening hand in order to do that. Arceus V-Star feels like you need to have every single card that everybody's saying that's going to make this thing good in order to make it even compete with some of the top decks, and even some of the decks that like it hits for weakness. This is insane. It's so weird to me that people think this is good. Like on here, like Gengar VMAX is a good card, but people are not playing it nearly as much as something like an Urshifu Umbreon. Like, Gengar VMAX is better, objectively, than Darkrai, because you're hitting way better numbers for the same amount of energy, which is 2 dark energy, and you can also get Houndoom to attach to this. Like, if Darkrai VMAX was a single strike Pokemon, I could see this being an insanely good card, because you could just tutor energy out of the deck. It'd be so simple, so easy. But then you have this card does 60 damage for each of your opponent's V Pokemon and Pokemon GX in play. That's so much better, because Lumineon, with Eldegoss, and with Crobat, people are going to be having more V down than ever. So I just think it's weird that people are like, oh, like, sure, this gives up 2 prizes as opposed to the 3 that Gengar gives up, but like, that's still not like an insanely big boon. We've seen that like if you can't get anything going with this thing, then who cares? It's still just giving up 2 prizes for not doing anything, or doing like really piss poor damage. Max, you're probably going to be able, like, because again, you are not going to be able to get all 6 of these out on the first turn consistently, because these patches have to have the energy in the discard pile, then you have to see the patches, then you have to have this thing powered up enough, and you also have to have your energy spread around enough so you don't exactly have this just a one hit KO one of your Pokemon, just have your entire damage output be completely whacked. Like, again, we've seen how this like doesn't work out right now with Shadow Rider. Maybe I'm proven wrong. Again, I said Shadow Rider is going to be amazing. I said like Charizard VMAX was going to be amazing. I still think it's got some hope now that that Choice Belt is in there, but I just do not see in any world how this is better than what we already have. Yeah, Dark Patch is going to be really good. Oh yeah, and also people are saying, oh, Moltres, it's going to be super good with Moltres because you're going to be able to Dire Flame Wings up to things. And I'm like, okay, if you have 1 Dire Flame Wings, you're already under the assumption that getting all of these things into the discard pile and then, or getting all these energies into the discard pile, you're able to then, from there, use your Dark Patches in order to get them back on. Like, 1 Dire Flame Wings a turn is not going to be the difference maker as far as damage is concerned, maybe with Mew VMAX, yeah, you know what? We got you get 3 dark patches out, and you get this thing, and yeah, you've got a Mew VMAX. But again, getting that energy into the discard pile is my main concern with a lot of this deck, and overall, you're either going to have insane amounts of energy search, and loot, or you're going to have an insane amount of energy, and both of those cases you're losing a lot of consistency in your deck that a lot of other decks do not need to worry about because they can tutor out energy from the deck, like with Houndoom and stuff. And or with Lisa Sparkle, all of these things have been proven to be like insanely good, and having the energy in your hand or in your discard pile is just so much harder than that. And why not just play a Galarian Moltres V deck with Dark Patch? Like, it just makes way more sense. Like 190 up to 220 is a way better number to hit. You're one hit KOing most basic Vs with that. It's pretty great. And then at the very end of the game, you can come in and slap this guy down, and then you can have an insanely high potential attack with the vanilla Galarian Moltres. It's great. It's wonderful. But it just doesn't make any sense that people are looking at this as the thing that's going to facilitate a Darkrai VStar. Because it's just, why not just play Galarian Moltres? It just makes way more sense to do that, because it's a way better attacker. You're going to get one hit knocked out probably by most things in a meta with Choice Belt. So you might as well just play something that's going to get one hit knocked out, and also gives you the ability to power back up very easily. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. This has to evolve. This has to evolve, guys. Maybe this is like a one of to get like items back. I can see that in like some decks, but like it's going to see some play because people love it. People think that Dark Box is coming back, whatever. But like it's not going to see the amount of play that everyone everywhere is saying that it's going to. People are like, oh, I'm making deck lists. It's going to be crazy. This thing's going to be insane. I'm already making deck lists for like all of these different things. Oh, it's going to have such a cool like VMAX for your, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like you have all these weird ass engines that people are trying to, because all of this stuff means that you're not going to be able to play all of your, you're going to have to play, like you're going to be playing the same Luminion, Crobat, whatever. Hypothetically, yeah, I guess you could power up your Crobats in this instance because it's a dark type, and then you can attach a dark energy from that, but it's still not, that is not a good reason, because if you're drawing with Crobat, we've seen from Eternatus, even when they're able to play a billion Crobats down on their board and not worry about it and have that be a boon, that is not something that you want to have happen. Like, you do not have enough bench room to utilize these Crobats probably properly, and like powering those up just means that it's going to be hard. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. Why do people think this is going to be a good card? It's not going to be a good card. Every time this happens every time that like a new dark thing comes out. They're like, is Dark Box back? Ooh, wow, Weavile is whatever. I spelled it wrong. Anyways, they're like, oh man, Dark Box is back. Oh, Dark Box is so cool. Dark Box is going to be such a new and interesting deck. It's like, no, it's not. It's never going to be that, because every time that like Dark Box comes back, it's always like in the same vein as it always was, which is like the kind of like 2015 power level, which is not what you want. You don't want that right now. Things are hitting for one hit KOs on you very easily, and that was maybe back in the whatever. I don't know. It's not gonna be a good card. Stop overhyping it. Don't buy into the hype. Don't buy this at like $30 when it comes out on release, because everyone says it's gonna be the next tier 1 deck. It's not going to be. It's still gonna get bopped around by Mew VMAX, and it's just gonna be it's whatever. Bye.